welcome. I would say happy Tuesday. The sun is absolutely gorgeous, but my son's been outside and said it's freezing. I've just been chatting on Facebook to a friend, I can't remember where she lives now, and she said it's snowing. So obviously in some parts of the UK it's snowing, yeah. Don't know what I'm wearing. I went rummaging right at the back of the wardrobe, rummage. All I can remember was it was cotton. And I made it a long time ago. And I'm having to put my stripy gloves on because if this part of my arm is cold, I am freezing. I don't know whether it's I obviously made it shorter because I didn't have enough wool, which is, I'm like leathery, aren't I? Not quite enough yarn. I always think I have enough. But I'm obviously bigger than what I think I am, and I run out of, well, yarn, cotton. In this case it was cotton. But don't ask me about the pattern, because I have not a clue. So, I think I made it actually a while ago, and it was too small. But of course now since I've lost weight, it isn't too small, and it actually fastens. So, hey ho, we can wear it now. There's always an upside to everything, isn't there? Well, I'm still coughing and the pain from front to back. Tried to get a GP appointment. I was a bit late phoning up, so they'd all gone. So I went to the walk-in centre. That was 2 hours of my life I will never get back again. He gave me a good examination, the GP there, you know, my chest, my back, everything. Nothing wrong, no chest infection, no anything, you've just got a bad cough. We suggest you get a bottle of Folkadine, which no chemist or online has in stock. Yeah, zilch. I'd spoken to ladies before at the knit club who'd said they were trying to get Folkadine and they couldn't get it anywhere, and I'm thinking, nah, they must be going to the wrong chemist. No, there's a shortage of Folkadine everywhere. So I shall just have to make do with something else. As for the pain when I move, I mean, it took me 5 minutes to get out of bed this morning because the pain was just stabbing right through me. He said, oh, just take paracetamol, or paracetamol, however you pronounce it. You've pulled muscle with coughing. So, my son said, it's muscles that you haven't used for years, mother, you've just coughed. I said, all I know is it's flipping painful. But that's another matter, yeah. Anyway, I've just been watching some videos recommended by my friend B. Roberts. She's got a channel, follow her on YouTube. And she recommended a lady called the Crafty Nana, which is N-A-N-A, Crafty Nana. This lady lives part of the time in the UK and part of the time, somewhere in Malaysia, I think. But she's a great charity shopper. And I just watched 2 videos where she's down in Wales and she got the most fantastic bargains, you know, high-end labels for next to nothing. And I'm thinking, yes, I think I should be going on holiday too. I think she was in Abergavenny on one of them, yeah. I think I should need to go on holiday in Abergavenny, have a good look round. Because I'm not being awful to Fleetwood, Cleveland and Blackpool, but they don't have any quality stuff in their charity shops. It's all, quite frankly, a bit cheap and tapped, yeah. I think you need to go to somewhere, you know, that is a bit more upmarket to get the nice charity shop things. I am going back to Prestwich very soon, and their charity shops weren't too bad. You could actually get some things in there that aren't too bad. Bury is absolutely loaded with charity shops. But you have to be very cautious there. They don't really have many labelled items or anything like that. You know, I mean, in some shops, like, I'm not knocking Primark, but Primark prices are Primark prices, and you don't expect to pay that kind of price in a charity shop for something that's second hand. You know, if you want that, you go to Primark anyway, don't you? So, anyway, that's about all I've got to say on that. I have been still doing a bit of crochet, but not much because of the chest pain, but we won't go into that. As you know, everything I am making is turning out small. That is teeny weeny weeny. I shall have to label it as for a doll, I don't know whether a premature baby would want to wear anything that bright, but you never know. And it's got a little hat. It's made with that fluffy wool that I had left over from ice. So I was determined I was going to use it for something. So it'll probably, you know, it'd fit a reborn doll, wouldn't it? Or a premature baby, so that would do. I don't know why everything is coming out so tiny. I really don't, yeah. This one was a little bit bigger, but not much so. This is that body baby from Robin I got in the sale from Wool Warehouse when I was, you know, making up. I think I told you before, I'm so tight I hate paying postage. So I was making up my knitting needle order up to £25 so I wouldn't have to pay the postage. So I stuck a ball of this in. Oh, there we go. Wouldn't be me, would it, without the phone call? I'm actually waiting for an Amazon order as well. I'm going to a surprise party very soon and I didn't know what to get, so I've got a little thing. Why do I always get little things sticking up? Oh, goodness only knows. I shall have to thread that through. No matter how well I sew anything up, you know, backwards, forwards, sideways, through, round and round and a little knot, I always get a thread. A thread. Can you see it poking up? I always get one. Yeah. So, as I said, I'm going to this surprise party and I needed a gift. And we're not being, you know, 100%. I just didn't feel like trawling around the shops looking for a gift. So I went on Amazon. We all do it, don't we? It's so easy, isn't it? I feel bad because I shouldn't do it for things that I could buy in a little local shop. I really shouldn't, but I just wasn't in the mood, you know. And I've also ordered a teeny weeny little radio because, as you know, my scooter squeaks as I'm going along the seafront. So, as I'm not going to complain again and I'm not going to send it back again, I thought I'd get a radio. It's only a teeny little thing. It's about the size of a credit card. I think it's a tiny little thing. Because this new scooter's actually got a USB port. So, you know, if it's not charged up, I just need to plug it into my scooter, don't I, as I'm going along. And it's got little earbuds, so at least I can listen to some music or whatever and not hear the squeaking. So, I shall wait and see. It was only very, very cheap, so it's probably going to be a load of tat and very, very tinny. But I wasn't prepared to spend an awful lot of money on a radio that I probably wouldn't use in the house, yeah. So I have made a circular vest for a little one. It needs blocking. It's looking very stiff, actually. I made it with one ball of Red Heart Super Saver that I got in the shed from some place or another. And it's very, very stiff. It isn't the modern. The modern Red Heart is a lot softer. This one isn't. So it's a circular vest. It's probably for about a 2-year-old. I'm undecided whether it needs a button or a tie. But I'm going to wash it, block it, see if I can soften it by sticking it in a load of fabric softener. It was very easy to do. I did it actually in an evening or a day. It was called the Starburst, Mandala Crochet Vest for Children, and it's on Ravelry. And it was from the Lavender Chair website. It's free if you go on her website, but you can get a PDF if you want to, you know, print it off properly. Because the free one goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on, which you couldn't print out because there's about 20 pages, yeah. Or you can get a proper PDF from Etsy, but of course you would have to pay for it on there. And as I was only going to do one, or possibly another one, I thought, no, I'm fed up of paying £5 for a pattern I use once. I'm not tight, as I said before. I don't mind paying for patterns if I know I'm going to use them a lot, or use them more than once, yeah. And as I don't have any little ones that are this size, although I think it does do a 2T, a 3T and a 4T, I think it does, whatever that is. I think it's toddler sizes in America. I don't have anybody that small to make things for, so I didn't want to pay, you know. Oh, the doggies are back. I was taking advantage of the fact that the dogs had gone for a walk because, as you know, I like to be on my own when I make my videos. I'm not saying anything untoward, you know, but I like to be on my own. Cheers. It's Vimto, and if you're in America and you don't know what Vimto is, it's a mixed fruit drink, cordial that you water down. So, I didn't fancy a coffee, yeah. As I said before, the sun is absolutely glorious. But I haven't been out, I don't fancy getting cold. I'm trying to nurse me chest along, yeah. So I was doing my hair, because I'm going out at the weekend, you know. And I didn't want the dark roots, yeah. Bleaching my hair, or it says it's not got bleach in it, but dyeing my hair does make it drop out, unfortunately. I've usually covered in enough hair to stuff a cushion, but my vanity will not let me have, you know, the dark roots. I keep saying I'm going to grow it out, but it gets so far and I think, no, not ready. The sides are a beautiful silver grey, beautiful colour. But will the rest of it go that colour? No. The rest of it is dark with occasional bits of grey in it. My mother was a beautiful colour of silver grey. But it took her until she was 80 to get to that stage, so I've got another 3 years to go before I can get to be silver grey. Ah, never mind. My daughter-in-law has a beautiful colour of silver grey hair, but no, she dyes it purple. I'm not quite ready for purple. I did dye it one time and it came out like Mrs. Slocum Blue, if you're a fan of Are You Being Served. I think you get it in America, I'm not too sure. But it came out a magnificent shade of Mrs. Slocum Blue, so no. I didn't like that. It didn't go. Sorry about no makeup, but you know, I'm not feeling 100% today. So I'm going to go back. I did start crocheting another baby cardigan, but it's in basket stitch, you know, like the front post, back post, front post, back post. And I spent hours on it last night and it only grew about so much, and I'm a bit, shall I carry on or shall I not? Yeah. I don't feel like going in the shed because although it's a beautiful, beautiful day, it's cold in there. I spent about 10 minutes in there the other day, putting the underwear on the mannequins like I said I was going to do. And I was freezing, absolutely freezing. I had to come back in, I couldn't stand it any longer. So I'll get in the shed. Well, I'll have to get in the shed before, not this weekend, the weekend after, because that's my craft show. So I've got to go in at some stage and sort out what I'm actually going to take with me. So tomorrow it's, tomorrow it's going to be Crafting Wednesday, where I'm actually meeting a friend down there that hasn't been before. But she's got a bag of wool that she's going to donate to the ladies for them to make things with. They make a lot of things for the church, in aid of church funds. They make a lot of toy things and bits, pieces and stuff. So she had been given this big bag of wool and she sorted out what she wanted and the rest she didn't want. So I said, oh, I'm not having any. I said, I've got enough, you know, please. I said, but I know who does. So she's going to come down with me tomorrow and donate it herself to this, you know. They'll make good use of it. They use any kind of bits, pieces and whatever. I mean, one lady actually makes like cat and dog blankets, you know, for the dog's home, cat's home, something like that. So nothing will be wasted, it'll all get used up, yeah. Anyway, my son's battering about here now, as are the dogs. As you can see, I still haven't found anything else to put on the mannequin. You're still having to look at Frida. That's not Frida the mannequin, that's Frida Kahlo the poncho, yeah. You're still having to look at her, sorry about that. But as I said before, I've not been in the shed. I've not been rooty-tootying. I need to do more, yeah. I don't really believe in horoscopes unless they're good ones, but my today horoscope said that my career was going to take off. 77, you know, your career's going to take off. But things that I've been thinking about in my mind were actually going to take off and were going to happen. So, I'm choosing to believe now. You might have your own theories of whether they come right. If they're bad, I don't believe them. But if they're good, I think, and that might just happen. So, career-wise, 77, new career, no, old career. I might just actually, get around to doing the videos I said I was going to do and selling the stuff that's in the shed. Because I just had to buy a new computer recently, as you know, so that's £380 I won't get back again. And I want to go on holiday. My cousin's actually in Dunoon at the moment. So she's gone on a coach trip, with a lot of other people going round and about. And after looking at crafty nanas, I think I should go on a coach trip down to Wales somewhere, wherever Abergavenny is. I'd have to look it up on the map. But maybe I should go to Abergavenny and all points down there and have a good look round, spend a week down there. If I went on a coach trip, they'd probably organise trips here, there and everywhere, and I wouldn't get a chance to look, would I? It's a thought. I was thinking about Brighton, but it's a long way to Brighton. And I don't know whether, my little mobility scooter would make it round the little shops in Brighton, although Brighton seems to be after my own heart. It's a bit boho, a bit hippie. Seems to be after my own heart. But after looking at these videos about Abergavenny, I'm thinking, yes. I mean, the lady was a bit smaller than me, so they maybe don't have a bigger size, but that is the problem with charity shops, I find. Nobody has the bigger sizes. They all have titchy. Presswich was brilliant. Gorgeous, gorgeous clothes, but all size 8, 10, 12, yeah. Sadly, as you can see, I'm a little bit bigger than that. But you never know. When I go back to Presswich, I'm going to have a good look round. Go back to my old stomping ground. There were three charity shops in Presswich that I used to visit that I liked. One of them particularly was quite good. So we shall see. I shall do some saving up, or try to sell some stuff out of the shed, so that I'll have a little pot of money to buy some new clothes for summer. Not that I haven't got a lot of clothes, but still, you like new, don't you? You like something different. I need to get rid of some of the other things I've already got, because some things I don't wear anymore, some things are actually too large for me now. Yay! So, if I could get a couple of pounds for the ones that are a bit larger, I could donate them. We all know we could donate to charity shops, but because I'm being frugal and because I'm trying to save up, I could try to put them on Depop, is it Vinted, eBay, wherever. I could try to put them on there and try to get just a little bit of money back. But the trouble with the Vinted and the Depop is they want you to use things like Every and stuff like that to get them delivered. Or they want you to take them to a shop, where they send them off to be delivered, and there's none nearby. A Royal Mail, Having said that, I've got one parcel gone adrift, actually. One lady asked me for tracking details, which I have, of course, because everything I go through the post office with has tracking details. So I'm just hoping that her 3 balls of cotton turns up. Otherwise, sadly I'm going to have to do a refund, which will hit my little pocket hard. So, as you know, I'm still reeling from the shock of having to pay £50 a month extra for this new scooter. We were just having a discussion with my son, about how much everything has gone up since we moved here. It's only 2 years since we moved here. The food shops doubled, the cost of the heating has doubled, everything, everywhere you look, everything's doubled, and you just don't know how people can go on. Things have got to come to a head. My son reckons that 2023 is going to be a terrible year, and then it'll have to come to a crunch. Something will have to happen. My £4 a week extra in my pension won't go very far, will it? You know what I'm saying? I'm £50 down a month for the scooter, so giving me £16, I think it might be £19 extra a month in my pension doesn't really cover all the fact that everything else has gone up. pensioners, I think, in the whole of the, well, I was going to say EU, but we're not in there anymore. But we are the poorest pensioners, I think, anywhere in Europe. Yeah. I don't know how come that came about, but we are the poorest ones. Yeah. They were talking about putting it up, but, you know, that's a pipe dream, and it probably never happened in my lifetime. They'll probably put it up after I've died, you know, just to rub salt in the wound, you know. Ah, well, you see, if she'd have lived a bit longer, she'd have got extra in her pension. I think if I get to 80, I get 25 pence extra a week. Yay! That will even buy you a coffee or a tea these days. What is an OAP supposed to do with 25 pence extra a week when she gets to 80 or he gets to 80? Yay! I mean, they even stopped the free TV licences. We've got to pay for that now. It used to be free if you were over 75, and I was looking forward to that. One of the perks, the bonuses of being 75. But then they stopped it. I think you have to be not partially sighted, but really no sight at all, I think, to get your free TV licence. Although what good is it really? I suppose you could listen to the TV, couldn't you? But you know, if you can't see it, half the things are like visual, aren't they, on the TV? So I don't think that giving free TV licences to anybody who's visually impaired is a lot of help to anybody, really. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they like listening to the telly, I don't know. But, I mean, if you're deaf, you get the subtitles, don't you? So you can actually follow what's going on. But there's not a lot going for you. I don't think you can get it speaking in your ears, you know, if you're visually impaired. I don't know. Don't think so. Anyway, I think I've had a moan today, haven't I? I think I've had a whinge, or is it a little mini rant? I don't know what it is. But that's the way I'm feeling. I felt at least I had a chest infection. It feels like a chest infection, but after listening to me breathe in and out, even though I was going when I was breathing in and out, he said, no, your chest's perfectly clear. Your lungs are perfectly clear. Oh well, you see, you've served all that time, haven't you, in GP university. You obviously know better than the poor old soul who's coughing. Oh dear. Anyways, I can't get a Folkadine cough medicine. I'll have to make do with what I've got in the cupboard. She's probably as much use as not bothering at all. I'm probably better off with me mint, so. Anyway, I'm going to go now, and I'm undecided whether to carry on with that baby jacket. I've only done about that much, and it took me all night, all evening to do it. So I'm thinking, it's kind of labour intensive, you know. It is when you're trying to sell things and you're not going to get much money for selling them. So it's a bit labour intensive. I'd rather churn something out that doesn't take me that long, and then I don't feel so bad about selling it for next to nothing, if you know what I'm saying. So, here I go. Anyway, I will see you all, I don't know when I'm going to do another video, hopefully later in the week. If I've got anything new to tell you, I will tell you. I can't show you what I'm buying from Amazon because it's a present and it's for a surprise. So I can't even show you that. I could show you my radio when it arrives. But if I put music on here, if I show you what it sounds like, I'll get flagged. You know, for putting music on or something, you know. They flag you for the stupidest things sometimes, honestly. I have found a way of getting around the shorts. I don't get them anymore. Sorry people, if you make shorts and you wanted me to watch them. Not going to happen. Don't watch them. So, anyway, as I said before, I'm going to go now. I'm going to decide whether or not I'm going to carry on crocheting the baby jacket. If I do, I shall show you in my next video if I do decide to carry on. But it's going to be labour intensive for what I'm going to get for it money-wise. I really need to make some more smaller items. We shall see. I've got to put my thinking head on. And my thinking head is not working very well today. Brain fog. Cough fog. Not feeling 100% fog. getting old fog, whatever you want to call it, fog. But fuzzy brain is today, fuzzy. Yeah. A friend of mine did say I might have that fibromyalgia because I get unexplained pains everywhere and everything. My other GP in Prestwich did sort of tentatively suggest that I might have it, but then COVID hit and you couldn't go to the GP, so it never got diagnosed. Yeah. So I don't see that it makes any difference if I give myself a label. Do I have fibromyalgia? Do I not? Do I have arthritis? Yes, I do, because I've got a diagnosis for that. Do I have osteoporosis? Yes, I do. Do I have spondylitis? Yes, I do. These are all things that have been diagnosed. But the Raynaud's in my fingers hasn't been diagnosed. It could be just poor circulation. Although they sting and they burn and I can't pick things up anymore. And fibromyalgia, not been diagnosed. Do I want to add any more complaints to my list? Brain fog. I'll add that to my list. That doesn't have to be diagnosed, I don't think, when you've got brain fog. Yeah. So I'm off anyway. I'm going to do something. Maybe watch some TV. Who knows what I'm going to do. Maybe watch some more of the Crafty Nana. Maybe she's got some more things to show me, but I'm so jealous. So jealous. She found a top that was labelled brand new, £145. And she bought it for £10. So jealous. I'm not envious, I'm just wearing green. Bye for now.